So here it is. We rarely do pre-game videos about most teams, to be honest. But we're making a pre-game video, technically, about the Edmonton Oilers today. Because I wanted to dive into the goalie controversy that was at the start of this season, and that has continued into this part of the season all the way into March. Because when we take a look at what's been going on with these goalies that have suited up for Edmonton throughout the season, it becomes a very difficult time to process for Oilers fans. Let's just start out with the main story here. Stuart Skinner was the main guy in Edmonton. Back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals appearances, back-to-back sub-900 save percentages in the regular season and playoffs last year. Stu Skinner was not great. Now, you could make the argument that in 2024 he actually was fine. 905 save percentage regular season, 901 save percentage in the playoffs when they ended up losing in the finals. But this season especially, we saw the worst out of Stu Skinner. An 891 save percentage in 23 games played and a 283 goals against average. That was good enough to get him traded to Pittsburgh. In exchange, you had Tristan Jarry, who was supposed to be the main guy coming back. He was a former Edmonton Oil king in his junior days, so obviously there was a connection there with Edmonton and the area. But Tristan Jarry, after being acquired as the main starting piece for this team, has gone out there to Edmonton and posted up an 855 save percentage and a 417 goals against average in 15 games. Oh my goodness, how are you worse? How has Tristan Jarry come over to Edmonton and put up some of the worst goaltending we have seen in the league? 855? That's embarrassing. Meanwhile, Connor Ingram ended up having a pretty difficult path over the past 12 months or so. He's come over to Edmonton too, and he's posted up an 891 save percentage. If you take a look at the Oilers and their goaltending as a whole, you will see that technically Stuart Skinner has been the best goaltender because he's got the highest save percentage in the most games. Connor Ingram has the same save percentage in fewer games. Calvin Pickard, 871 in 16 games. But Tristan Jarry, with his 855, has been absolutely abysmal. Let's go out there and talk about some of the updates here. So, Connor Ingram will start against Nashville later today for the Edmonton Oilers. Let's go out there and see what some of the other replies have to say. Calvin Pickard should be at the other end, and Jarry eating popcorn. Connor Ingram has earned the number one spot. That's the right decision. He's your starter from now on. Glad Chris Knobloch sees that too. Hopefully the Oilers play good defense tonight for the entire game. Now, keep in mind, the Edmonton Oilers are in a pretty tight race right now in the Western Conference standings. They are third in the Pacific Division with 73 points. Utah, the top wildcard team, has more points than Edmonton at the moment. San Jose and Seattle are creeping up behind there, not to mention the LA Kings. So the Oilers definitely do not have it easy at this stage. Head over to moneypuck.com and take a look at the NHL playoff odds. You will see that the Oilers have a 77% chance at making the dance. Now, 77, that's pretty good, but it's not 100. There still can be some more work to do here. Let's go back over to the goaltending conversation and take a look at what Chris Knobloch went out there and said this morning. He acknowledged today that Connor Ingram is the starting goaltender, and he will be given starts as such. He also said they'll need Jarry down to stretch, and that improvement for him starts in practice to find confidence. So there you go. Coaching staff has given up on Tristan Jarry. Top reply here says, I don't understand why the Oilers couldn't have tried Ingram and Skinner before trading for Jarry. I agree. But Ingram's numbers and most likely Keith Gretzky's feedback led them to believe he was not going to be the answer for number 1. Fans were screaming to get rid of Skinner, rumors of the dressing room tension rising around him. Skinner asked to be moved. Plenty of reasons why he was moved. Us fans easily forget how many back-breaking goals he was letting in. Let's go out there and read the subreddit as well, because there was a really interesting conversation over here that I thought we should dive into. This is the same tweet that was posted about by Ryan Rashog, Knobloch acknowledging that Ingram is the starter. Leading Spare 8664 says it's feeling like a Jack Campbell level of confidence dip for Jarry. It feels worse, to be honest. At least Campbell wasn't a supposed dickhead to his teammates. Jack Campbell had other issues outside the rink that prevented him from bouncing back. Jarry showed in Pittsburgh that he could bounce back, so I'm more confident in him in that regard. And I am also pretty sure that without his injury, it would be a different situation. Ah, man, what a blast to the past. You know it gets bad when Oilers fans start comparing you to Jack Campbell of years past. Jack Campbell is 34 years old, and he had just wrapped up a season last year with the Grand Rapids Griffins before not signing anywhere this previous offseason. He was a stud for the Maple Leafs, .921 save percentage, .934 save percentage. That 2021 season was amazing for Jack Campbell. But after the pressure got blasted up to 10 and beyond in Toronto, he ended up going over to Edmonton. He signed a big deal. .961 save percentage in the playoffs in 2023. But that's a little bit misleading because you recognize that the majority of Campbell's time in the net in 2023's playoff run was in relief. His other guy got pulled, and then he just came in, he made some saves, and he posted up what looks to be some pretty good numbers. But the year after, he had an .873 save percentage with the Oilers, got sent down to the AHL, and it was a really bad year. We all recognize that there were some mental issues that Jack Campbell would prominently put on display. Not necessarily like, oh, he was disabled or whatever, but like he was really, really hard on himself. Like absurdly hard on himself. And I think a lot of Oilers fans, even though we all recognize that, yeah, this guy definitely wasn't playing well, there was a big element of like, man, you don't gotta be so hard on yourself. Jack Campbell embodied the desire to win, a winner's mentality, but unfortunately, his talent just could not keep up with it, and it was very disappointing as a result. He was disappointed in himself. Oilers fans were disappointed in him as well. They were all kind of thinking the same thing. Yeah, maybe it's good that you can go to the AHL, not just because of the caliber of talent you're providing, but because you kind of need the mental reset. And now, we're seeing Oilers fans comparing the Jarry situation to Jack Campbell. Let's go out there and read another reply. It doesn't ever feel like Campbell was this bad, though. Jarry's numbers still look better than they actually are because he joined us with a .900. As an Oiler, he has been the worst in the league. And that doesn't include all the off-ice drama he seems to be bringing to the team. Before, we never heard of locker room drama. Jarry is not a good dude. Bad juju and bad vibes. At least the players liked Jack Campbell. This is just so much worse. What a disastrous trade. We'll see if Jarry has any professional pride going forward. Honestly, press box him and call up Pickard. So, yeah, Oilers fans are rejecting and regretting the Tristan Jarry trade pretty harshly here. And I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How does all that make you feel? If you're a fan of the Canucks like I am, then obviously you might be a little bit satisfied at this result. But if you're an Oilers fan, if you're a Penguins fan, how does it make you feel seeing the Tristan Jarry comparisons to one Jack Campbell and this entire saga of what's going down in Edmonton? It can never seem to get better in regards to their goaltending. How does that make you feel? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.